Hey guys, before we start this video, I want to ask for your help. To help support this channel by subscribing to this channel and turning on the notification bell. And don't forget to always like and comment on every video. Thank you for those of you who have helped support me. Let's start the video. Chapter 1090, Admiral Kazera. The story continues. The chapter begins with Luffy taking a Den Mushi and starting to communicate with a celestial dragon. Hello, my name is Monkey D. Luffy, and I am the person who will become the Pirate King. We are working together with Dr. Vegapunk. If you care about York's life, then withdraw all the armadas that are surrounding the beach. Kizaru is seen silent and observing. The Marines are surprised by Luffy's statement. In the World Economy Journal's headquarters, Morgans hears their conversation and is shocked by what he hears. One of the Gorosei responds, "You're Mugiwara Luffy, right? Who among you is still alive in Lava Phase?" Luffy answers, if including those who are injured, that means..." Someone interrupts Luffy and ends the call. One of the Gorosei says a woman's voice, "Nico Robin?" Robin tells Luffy, "You shouldn't reveal our important information to them so easily." Luffy responds, "Sorry, you're right. But that way, they'll definitely withdraw their armada." Sop chimes in, "Yeah, right, like the wood. Don't underestimate the Marines." The scene shifts to another side. Saturn is seen talking with Vice Admiral. Saturn says we must protect three things. First, York's physical safety. Second, the punk notes stored in his mind. And third, the energy generator needed to produce the Mother Flame. We can't lose any of those. The Vice Admiral responds, but Cerlucci and his team are still there. Not to mention the other Psychopole agents. Saturn replies, "I'm only considering the worst case scenario. It's crucial for us to prioritize our main goal here. Human beings are no different from insects. Even if their numbers decrease, they will reproduce again." Saturn continues. The Vice Admiral acknowledges, "Roger." The scene shifts back to inside the island. York is crying and says that he has made an agreement with the Gorosei, so they shouldn't hurt him anymore. But Nami instead angrily hits York, resulting in York getting bruised. Chopper asks Robin, "Has your wound healed, Robin?" "Yes, all thanks to you," Robin answers. All the Straw Hat Pirates are gathered. Luffy and Bonnie are eating happily. Here, it's confirmed that 4 of Vegapunk's satellites are severely damaged, and 2 satellites have been destroyed. Shaka and Pythagoras are among the casualties. Usopp tries to contact the underground chamber. Usopp says, "Hey, you guys down there. Is everything okay down there?" It's shown that those underground are happy because they have food. They shout, "We owe our food to you, the Straw Hat crew. We survived because of you. Please free us from here." Usopp responds, "We can't. Then at least move us to another place. Being together with these creatures is very frightening." The 4 Seraphim are also seen in an underground room. They are inside Vegapunk's bubbles. Snake says, "You don't need to fear us because we haven't been ordered to erase you. So we don't care about you." The hostages feel relieved upon hearing Snake's words. Frankie, "Still, we're thankful to you, Snake, and we're grateful that you cancel our execution." A brief flashback shows when Luffy pleaded with Snake to cancel the execution of his friends. It turns out Snake has inherited Hancock's original nature. That is, falling for the same person. That person being Luffy. He couldn't refuse Luffy's request and cancel the execution. Jinbe, wahaha. He's a perfect mimic. He looks down on everyone except Luffy. Luffy, "Thanks. Again, Hancock." Snake blushes and asks, Did you say that you love me?" In Vegapunk's location, Atlas says he hasn't been able to deactivate the Frontier Dome because they can't leave until the shield is turned off. York smiles and says that he has frozen all his passwords, and he hasn't shared his brain. Lilith looks annoyed with York. Stussy informs Vegapunk that they're surrounded on all sides. Their forces consist of 100 ships and almost 30,000 soldiers. Vegapunk asks Nami, "Your name was Nami, right? And you're the navigator?" "Yes," Nami responds. The log post still hasn't set a destination, but I think we can follow wherever is stored in Wano. One of them is in the northeast of the island, Nami continues. Vegapunk. Ah yes, that would be Elbaf. Usopp and Luffy are surprised by Vegapunk's statement and exclaim, Elbaf! Are we finally going there? Luffy and Usopp are seen joyfully singing, knowing they're heading to Elbaf. Vegapunk strategizes how to escape, saying they need to head to the northeast from the opposite side of the island, with Vega Force 1 beside the ship. Vegapunk intends to fly the ship past the enemy vessels. Unfortunately, VF, one can only fly within Egghead's airspace. Frankie adds, no problem. Sunny, Go can continue with the Kubadiers before leaving the island's range. No one will be able to chase us after we fly one cam away? Vegapunk is surprised and pleased as he learns that the Sunny Go can fly one Ekman. And he agrees to the plan. Atlas says, that's good, but first we need to deactivate the Frontier Dome before we can do all that. York smiles and says, you'll never get the passwords from me. Vegapunk then attempts to hack the passwords and says, don't underestimate the great Vegapunk. Vegapunk hands over Vega Force 1 to Lilith. Lilith, Luffy, Frankie, and Bonnie hurry to move Vega Force 1 and the ship to the opposite side of Lava Phase. The scene shifts to the naval forces guarding outside the island. Rob Lucci has called us, and now we know what's happening inside. Report all of this to troops. Saturn asks Kizaru if he heard that. Kizaru replies, yes, Mugiwara is speaking arrogantly to deceive us that he's in control, but it seems we still have him cornered. Saturn orders Kizaru to control the Frontier Dome operating with laser beams. Kizaru hesitates a bit because the person guarding Vegapunk above is his friend. Furthermore, if Kizaru initiates an attack, Sentomaru will order the weapons and pacifistas to sink the ship. The casualties would be immeasurable. Saturn is somewhat puzzled and says the situation has become even more complicated. On the other side, the information obtained from Rob Lucci is being spread to all the ships. They share the information using hand signals. Meanwhile, the Lilith and Luffy group has reached their ship. Location to move the Sunny. Go in the Vega Force 1. It turns out Kizaru had already begun his plan. He prepares to use his technique, Yata no Kagami. He reflects light to quickly move to another location. Sentomaru smiles and says, Uncle? He orders all the pacifistas to eliminate all enemies. And so, Kizaru moves at the speed of light towards Sentomaru and launches an attack. Luffy on the island feels the effects of Kizaru's attack and says, hey, a really strong person is coming here. To be continued. Thank you to those of you who have followed this video until the end. I ask for your help in subscribing to this channel and giving it a like. And for those of you who want to request specific chapters, you can write them in the comments section. Thank you. See you in the next video.